What's going on? I hope you guys are smiling up a storm today. How you guys doing? I want to talk about the nerfs that are happening with Hearthstone right now. Let's go. We are going to make this precise and to the point because I know you guys got shit to do today. Let's start first with Call to Arms, guys. This is going from 4 mana to 5 mana. Now, a lot of people right away were saying, oh crap, Odd Paladin just got so much sweeter. No, not at all. Not even close. Odd Paladin is not going to be playing this card, you guys. To cast for 5 and get 3 1/1s, that's a crappy card. You do not want to do that. So that's off the table. Now, is it still going to be even Paladin? Will even Paladin still be a thing? No, it's not going to be a thing at all. It's tough with even Paladin because their main objective is to flood the board, get a nice big board on you, to get their loot hoarders so they can card draw. That's a very important card to get, you know, anything from direwolves to berserkers. Where I do see Call to Arms still seeing play is more of a mid-range Murloc Paladin. I think Murloc Paladin is going to be the aggro deck to go to. Also, probably Odd Tempo. That's going to be Odd Tempo Rogue is going to be another aggressive deck that everyone's going to go to. I really like this change. I think it now is going to bring Murloc Paladin into the spotlight, and also I think we're going to see a lot of mid-range Paladin back, which is a good thing. Which sucks because it is going to not see, I don't think, many Witchwood cards, but I'm guaranteeing you a nice good old mid-range Paladin's going to be shown in the spotlight also. Okay guys, something that everyone has been calamiting for. Is calamiting a good word, you think? Calamiting. I don't know. Calamiting. It doesn't even make sense now. A card that everyone has been wanting nerfed is Spiteful Summoner. Guys, this changes from 6 mana to 7 mana. Now, if you guys don't think that's a big enough nerf, it really is. Because you have one more turn as an aggro deck to pump damage and maybe get a wider board, get more, it gives them more time to get cards that might respond to the 12-12 or the 8-8. And also, it gives you one more turn to pull UI. I know that seems ridiculous and the chances are small, but it gives you one more chance to pull that UI, so it might screw you up. Now, the other thing I'm thinking about, because Spiteful Druid is the main deck, is now this is fighting for the 7 slot, where you've got Malfurion as your 7 slot card. Malfurion is a very important card when you're facing off against aggro, because you get those 1/5 taunts up, you get some health back. So now you're facing a decision if you have them both in your hand. What do I do? Do I put out the 16/16 for 7, or do I put up my walls, get some health, and maybe, you know, next turn do the 12-12? That's the problem, right? Because I think you're always going to have that decision, and that's a big decision to make, right? Are you going to get the walls up and gain 5 health, or are you just going to try to summoner and try to stabilize? I really like this decision. I think it's going to really help out things. What I do think, though, is going to happen is you're going to see a lot more Spiteful Priests come out. I think those are the decks that are going to be playing this more. I think those decks are going to be quite a bit more powerful. Not only do they have 10s in their deck, but they also have 8 mana cards in their deck. And guys, if we all know something, 8 mana gets you a lot better things than 10 mana most of the time. Not even most of the time, but sometimes. For sure, sometimes. Okay guys, Warlock got hit hard. Everyone wanted to see this nerf happen, and it's finally happening, so we can all just relax and know Blizzard's doing the right thing here, you guys. Possessed Lackeys going from 5 mana to 6 mana. Some people are thinking this isn't a significant change, this isn't going to be good enough, but I'm telling you right now it is. For them to take one more turn of damage, not be able to do the Dark Pack thing until turn 7 or on turn 6 with coin, that opens them up. Because they don't have a lot of early game answers aside from Hellfire and Defile, if they don't pull those 4 cards there, they're getting opened up to a lot of zoo-like decks, guys, and that's what I'm talking about. I think aggressive decks are going to start coming into fashion here. I think it's going to be like TLC in the old days with waterfalls. I'm not saying that Control Lock is dead, and I'm not saying Cubelock is dead. It's just going to be one turn slower, and the heal is going to be gone. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, they are nerfing also Dark Pact. So with Dark Pact, instead of it healing for 8, it's healing for 4. And guess what, guys? I called that in my last video in my predictions for these nerfs, and you guys can check it out right there. There we go. So here's the thing, guys. This is a significant balance change. I know it doesn't seem like much, but for them to be able to heal instead of 16 for only 8, man, that's awesome. That is so awesome. I'm so happy they made this change, and that's the problem. That's where Control Lock and Cubelock were able to really survive a lot of games, is because they had, you know, 2 Dark Packs, which is 16 health, which is again over half your health. So for them changing this, it's a significant change that we need to see. You're going to still see, I'm not going to say, hey, Cubelock's dead, Control Lock's dead. That's not going to happen. It's still going to be there, but it's not going to be played as much, guys. And I think this is going to definitely open up the waterfalls of why do I keep bringing up TLC? This is going to bring up the waterfalls of Zoolock decks or Zoo decks. I think you're going to see a lot of aggressive decks on ladder, at least trying for the first week to see what's happening. Now, what I think is going to happen, if you have to ask me, is Big Mage is going to be running rampant. I think that's going to be a tier 1 deck. I also think Murloc Paladin is going to be a tier 1 deck. And you know what? Let's just have some fun here. I think Spiteful Priest is going to be top tier 2. The last card we're going to be talking about, guys, is Caverns Below, which is aka Quest Rogue. That got nerfed from the minions going from 5/5 to 4/4. Now, a lot of people don't think, you know, them going from 5/5 to 4/4 is very significant. It's not going to cause that much of an issue. They're still going to be everywhere and still deal a ton of damage to you, and yes, they can. The big significance here, you guys, from them changing from 5/5 to 4/4 is the significance of them being more vulnerable to spells. Now, I know everyone's saying, oh, now priests can't deal with them, but guess what? Priests weren't dealing with them anyways, okay? Shadow Word Death isn't, you don't run that many Shadow Word Deaths in your priest deck, so don't worry about that. What I think the positive here is, guys, is now Big Spell Mage is going to be crushing this deck, because they're going to be vulnerable to Flame Strike, and they're going to be vulnerable to Dragon's Fury. So that's the big significant change, I think, you guys, is them being 4/4s, they're more vulnerable to blizzards in 2 turns, 1 Flame Strike, or most of the time a Dragon's Fury. So now I'm not going to say that this deck is dead at all. I still think it's going to see play for sure. Maybe not in the top of the meta, but you know, a bottom tier 2, top tier 3 deck. That's what this is going to be. So if you want to, you definitely can remember dust this card. And then if you want to play it later, you can get it. And that's what I'm probably going to do, to be honest. You know, I'm going to dust this card and keep it just in case it is played. Now, with all these cards getting nerfed, the big 2 that are getting nerfed are, of course, you know, Caverns Below, which is going to get you a lot of mana, or a lot of dust, sorry, and Call to Arms. So what I would do if I were you guys, keep Call to Arms, unless you don't like Paladin, definitely dust them. But with Caverns Below, if you have it, dust it and just keep that dust on reserve, okay, you guys? Because you never know what's going to happen. Maybe you do want to play it again, but for right now, you're going to get a full dust refund on this card, and it's a legendary card. So with the new expansion right around the corner, I know you're not thinking about it, but it is right around the corner in 2 months. Get ready for it. You can have a free legendary if you just keep that dust, or if you're a free-to-play player with this card, that's a free legendary. And I think there's a lot more important legendaries out right now than this one card. Overall, you guys, I'm super happy with these balance changes. I am confident Blizzard is definitely listening to us, definitely really trying to work with us. So I really want to know, though, what do you guys think? What decks are going to be top in this meta right now? I want to hear from you guys. If you guys don't know, I do stream 5 days a week on Twitch. And if you want to see any other videos of mine, they're right here. So thank you guys so much. Go smile up a storm this week and realize it's last week of you getting your ass beat by Warlock.